Hello there, my name is George Pitcher. I'm the program coordinator at Explorasia. Today we're going to quickly talk about the final briefing. What we're going to go over is what to expect when you land in Bangkok, where to go to meet your taxi pickup. We're going to talk about your accommodations in Bangkok, our first meeting on Sunday before the course begins, and then lastly we'll talk about our travel down to Hua Hin from Bangkok and kind of what we're going to do on our first day. So if you want to follow along on the website here, I'll just kind of guide you through it. So let's begin. This is our website, our link to the final briefing. So first thing we're going to talk about is what to expect when you land in Bangkok. What you'll do is after you go through customs, after you go through baggage claim, you'll exit into the main corridor of the airport, and what you're going to do is you're going to head towards exit 3. If you need a landmark or anything, there's going to be a Boots Pharmacy nearby. Head to exit 3. This is where you're going to meet your taxi driver, your taxi pickup. I would say to anyone, you should wait up to an hour to meet him. This is just in case, I know traffic in Bangkok is always questionable. It's sometimes incredibly busy. Sometimes he just might be late. So you should wait for him at least an hour. In return, he's going to wait for you an hour as well in case your flight is delayed or it might just take you a while to get through customs. But he'll wait for an hour to you as well. And he's going to take you to your accommodations. Now, before I go any further, I should mention a worst-case scenario. A really worst-case scenario is you're waiting for your taxi driver, something happens, and he doesn't show up. So what you'll do in the case your taxi driver never shows up, what you'll do is follow the signs to the metered taxis. Please take the metered taxis. There will be a lot of taxi drivers outside the airport or in the main corridor, dressed nicely, asking where you're going, and they'll get you to your destination, but they'll also charge you maybe 3 times more than what you should pay. So definitely follow the signs to the metered taxis. And I'm going to send you a link that has the address to the accommodations of Bangkok. What you'll do is you'll take this address, and then you'll follow the signs to the metered taxis. You'll wait in a small queue. You'll hand a guy the address. He'll be waiting behind like a small desk or a small kiosk, and he'll give the directions to the taxi driver, and he will get you to your accommodations. Okay, if you want to scroll down on the page a little bit, you'll see a small map of H Residence Hotel, and then go down a little further. You'll see a link right here. This is the link to the H Residence Hotel. At the very bottom, if you want to follow down, you'll see the address right here. Please either print this out or write it down. This is a huge help, just in case something happens and you have to take a metered taxi. Write down this address. It's simply way too many hotels in Bangkok for the taxi drivers to know them just by name. So if you give them this address, this is a huge help. And I have had people call me really early in the morning because they forgot to print it out. And the taxi driver didn't know where to take them, so I had to text them this address. So I promise this is a huge lifesaver. So definitely write this down and keep it with you as long as you're in Bangkok. And then one final note about meter taxis is that they should turn on the meter. When you get in the taxi, make sure they turn on the meter. If they don't, you can ask them to, and if still they don't, maybe they say, oh no, it's broken, or whatever, get out of the taxi. Just get out of the taxi cab and go back into the kiosk and speak to the gentleman, and he'll get you into a new taxi. You definitely should take a meter taxi, and they should definitely turn on the meter. Okay, so moving along. Now, depending on when you land in Bangkok, some people will be coming a few days earlier. Some people won't be coming until the Sunday before the course. If you are coming earlier, that's totally fine. It's really just some free time to kind of get used to the culture or explore Bangkok, some time to get over jet lag, whatever. It's really up to you what you want to do. For the October course, there's actually going to be 3 different meetings. Divided up, I think, between 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and 7 p.m. And if you are in the October course, we will let you know which group you will be in. Each meeting will be for a different group. So before you even come over, you will know what group you're going to be. What we'll cover is basically kind of what to expect the next following day. Basically on Monday, when we'll meet up, when we'll be going to Hua Hin, and all that information. It's also a good chance to do like a quick meet and greet. Everyone in the group who's already arrived should be there. So it's a good chance to, if you haven't already, to meet people in the course. Okay, so to move on, after the meeting, you basically have the rest of the evening to do whatever you'd like. It's your last evening in Bangkok, so you can enjoy yourself. We will be meeting early in the morning. You should be packed and ready to go at 8 a.m. Now, you won't have to pay anything up front, and depending on which agency you came through, means you would have a different package. So different things will be included for different people, but everyone should know what comes with their each individual package. But I am going to be going over the prices of everything, just so everyone knows. So for the price of the hotel for one night is 1,200 baht, which is about $40 US, but you won't have to pay anything up front. When you check out again, you won't have to pay H residents themselves. We'll be invoicing you later. We'll collect all the invoices and then we'll be paying later, so you won't have to worry about any of that. So roughly about 8 a.m. You should be packed and ready to go. There will be two departure times, one at 9 a.m. and one at 10 a.m. and you will know ahead of time which departure you should be leaving. But there will be two, one at 9 a.m. and one at 10 a.m. And what we're going to do is you'll have plenty of time to eat breakfast at the lobby, after which we'll be traveling from Bangkok to Hua Hin. And the trip is going to be about 3 hours. We will stop for one pit stop, maybe about halfway or so. Once you get down to Hua Hin, we'll set you up in your accommodations. Now again, some of this might be included for some people. It really just depends on your package, but I am going to be going over the prices. The price is about 5,500 baht a month, which is a little under $200 US, and then there's a deposit of 5,500 baht that you will get back at the end of the month, minus utilities, which compared to the West is pretty cheap. From what I've heard, on average, it's about 2,000 or 2,200 baht for utilities for the month. But you'll get set up there. Once you're all set up, we'll be taking people, it'll be a few different kind of caravans going around, but we'll probably take you to the mall. At the mall, we can help get you set up with your credit card. We can kind of get that in motion on your first day. We'll also probably show you the school at which you'll be attending, or you'll be taking the course. And kind of give you a real brief tour of Hua Hin. The actual course won't begin until Tuesday, first thing Tuesday morning, and everyone will know exactly which classroom they'll be in, and also we'll show you exactly where to go in terms of where we'll be meeting, where your course will be, or where your classroom will be held, and all that good information. Okay, so for a couple of final points, I just want to talk about real quick. If you have a degree or a master's degree or whatever, you should bring over original copies. And I don't mean like scanned copies, but you should bring over the original degree or the original certificate or whatever. This has to do with mainly forgeries and stuff, so a lot of the schools have really kind of tightened their belts about what documents are accepted. So it's not a good idea to bring over just a scanned copy, but bring over the original degree. That way you have it for proof of your degree. And one last point, if you are from South Africa, just a tip, before you leave, what you should do is any cash you want to bring over, just transfer your rand into US dollars, and this is because the rand just doesn't have a terribly large amount of value in Thailand, so during the exchange rate you will probably lose more money. So before you come over, exchange your rand into US dollars, and then when you land in Bangkok, exchange the US dollars into Thai baht. That way you just give more for your buck. Okay, and that's really it. If you've never traveled before, I know things like this can be a little daunting, but it is really easy to get through this. Just again, a couple key points I want to mention again. You'll be meeting your driver at exit 3. You should wait for him for an hour. If he doesn't show, worst case scenario, you'll take a metered taxi, and make sure the taxi driver turns on the meter. And remember to print out the address to the H Residence Hotel. It's a huge help if you're traveling in Bangkok. Ahead of time, we'll let you know which group you'll be in, so you'll know your departure times from Bangkok to Hua Hin, and you'll know basically everything you'll be doing ahead of time, what group you'll be following along with. Again, make sure to bring originals of degrees or certificates that you have. Bring the original and not just a scanned copy. And for South Africans, you should exchange your rand into US dollars before coming over, and then be able to exchange US dollars to Thai baht. That's really it on my end. I'll be seeing you all soon. I hope this was informative, and have a good one.